Hello guys! In this video, we will be learning simple present and present continuous tense. Let's start. We use present simple to talk about routines and habits. Look at that two examples. I get up at 6:30 on weekdays. Every Friday, we eat out. In positive sentences, we use the base form of the verbs for the subject pronouns I, you, we, and they. But the third person singular, I mean he, she, or it, is different because we add s to the base form of the verb in positive sentences. For example, my mother listens to classical music while reading. If the sentence is negative, we use the base form of the verb, I mean without s. For example, Simon doesn't cook very often. When we ask a question, either yes no or WH question, we use the base form of the verb, not with s, next to the verb, if the subject pronoun is he, she, or it. So look at the example. Does your father sing? We use present simple for factual permanent information. For example, the family don't eat meat, we live far from the city center, or Simon doesn't cook very often. The next usage is permanent truths. For example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, or do penguins live in pole? Let's talk about spelling rules now. In most cases, we add s to the base form of the verb. However, there are some spelling variations. Now, for a while, I want you to study the table. You may pause the video if you wish. We use present simple with adverbs of frequency. Those frequency adverbs are used to answer how often a situation happens. Always, usually, normally, generally, often, frequently, sometimes, occasionally, seldom, hardly ever, rarely, and never are those frequency adverbs. The adverbs are usually placed in between the subject and the verb. For example, Simon always listens to music. But if the verb is to be, the adverb placed after the verb be. For example, Simon is always happy when he is with his family. Look at the other examples. Jane often meets her school friends at the weekends. Jane is often late. Students usually play table tennis during the break. Robert is usually punctual. Expressions of frequency are usually placed at the end of the sentence. These are the common expressions following the frequency question, how often? For example, once or twice or three times a day, a week, a month, a year, or every day, every month, every year, on weekdays, at weekends, on Saturdays, in the morning, in the afternoon, or at nights. Look at the examples. My husband goes to the gym every day. We go to the cinema on Saturdays. I brush my teeth twice a day. My parents read at nights. Okay, now it's time to talk about present continuous tense. Present continuous tense is used for the actions happening at the time of speaking. For example, shh, the baby is sleeping. The teacher is teaching at the moment. Look, it's snowing. Also, the present continuous is used for temporary actions. Jane is living in London at the moment, or everyone is waiting for the elections these days. The time expressions which are used with present continuous are at the moment, right now, now, these days, this evening, this weekend, today, or tonight. There is an exception I have to remind you here. We can use always with present continuous tense if we want to express a complaint in your speech. For example, You are always leaving your socks around. It really irritates me. So we may use always with the present continuous tense if we want to emphasize the meaning of complaint. Please do not forget that detail. We don't usually use the present continuous with state verbs such as be, believe, hate, know, like, love, understand, think, want, and remember. Look at the examples. Do you believe me? I don't understand the topic. She wants to be an astronaut. The little girl hates spiders. He doesn't know the address. However, there are occasions when we can use the present continuous when we are referring to an action. For example, what do you think of this program? Now, the verb think is used in simple present form. Why? Because you are asking an opinion. Look at the next one. What are you thinking of? Now, think is used with present continuous because you are talking about the action which is taking place at the time of speaking. And the last important point is that we don't usually use the present continuous with verbs of perception like taste, sound, smell, or look. Look at that two examples. That coat looks good on you, or the lasagne tastes wonderful. Okay, I think you understand these two tenses. Let's do some practice now. You may pause the video and think for a while. I want you to use simple tense or present continuous in the blanks. Please remember all the details we focused on. There's a conversation between Mark and Anne. Hi Anne, what are you doing at the moment? Hello Mark, I am trying to finish my project, but my little brother keeps interrupting me. Poor you. He is always asking me to help him with his homework. I get tired of it. I see. Look, a few of us are meeting at Cafe Nora for coffee later. Do you want to join us? Well, my dance class starts at 8 o'clock. What time are you going to the cafe? About 6 o'clock. That's great. My class is nearby and I certainly need a break. Look at the second conversation. Claire and her mom are talking. Hi, mom, it's me. Claire, what a lovely surprise. Are you calling from work? Yes, I am having my lunch break at the moment. Is everything all right? You don't usually call me from work. Everything is fine. I just want you to know that Sarah and I are coming home this weekend. I am booking our train tickets online right now. Mom says, wonderful. That's all for now. See you in another video. Ay şaka mısın ya?